This is Daily Flash with your hosts, Andrea Jackson and Mitch English. Trending news and entertainment. This is Daily Flash.
Hi, everybody. I am Mitch English.
I'm Andrea Jackson. This is Daily Flash, your source for trending news and entertainment.
We wanted to, Jackson had asked me, it's like, hey, we should get a little mirror back here.
Yes.
Right? And so that way we can go by and fix our hair. Which, by the way, I don't know if you guys heard the conversation this morning, but that Trout Camera 2 operator goes, what's the mirror for, Mitch? And then I got to thinking, when I opened up this mirror, I was a little blown away by it. I don't know if it's a litigious society that we live in or whatever.
Yes.
But
it's
this
very
is
simple.
This is the actual operating manual.
Oh, and is it in German?
No, it's in 4 to 5 different languages. So this is the actual operating manual for this mirror. Now, this mirror does not turn on. There's no lights. There's no plugs. It's a mirror.
I mean, it wants to make sure you're doing it right. If you're a vampire, you're having a problem.
Now, let's be specific. It does hang over a door. You can attach a couple of clips so that it hangs over a door.
They have, these are the safety instructions. Before assembly, compare the contents with the list to make sure everything is in the package.
Okay, that's fair.
Make sure that the wall can bear the weight of the mirror. All right. And by the way, this is a door mirror. We hang it over the door. And anyway, do not use string or chain to hang.
Somebody's done that.
But even so, I think somebody had this was somebody's job.
Somebody had
Right. Yeah, there are jobs.
Step one, look at self.
And here's what I love too, like on the cover of the did it come in plastic?
It was yes, yeah. It was
and then it's on the plastic. It says, "Do not play with."
Not a toy.
Not a
I've
toy.
seen this
I'm like,
before
okay,
as
thanks.
well.
That's a great reminder.
And more, which I can understand it being a mirror, but more styrofoam than I swear than an igloo factory. Man, I'm like, okay, I get it. It didn't come. So anyway, I'm going to be spending this afternoon find out what it's for, Trout, and reading the operating manual for our mirror. Now you should feel safe at home.
So when someone says, "Did you read the operating manual?" you can say, "I sure did."
Don't you did? Yes, I really looked
solid
that ugly
in
in this mirror.
It took 5 minutes. Well, being a cop can be a thankless job. Here's a perfect example of why so many take the role of police officers for granted. More often than not, they never quite know what sort of situation they're walking into. So check this out. A woman now accusing Walmart of being racist after throwing food at a New York State trooper who was forced to restrain her. Now, at first, the woman is seen on video screaming at the officer while sitting on a motorized scooter. Then the woman stands up and begins picking up items and throwing them at the officer. She ends up hitting the guy in the face as he tries to apprehend her, all of the while destroying the store. During the commotion, the woman begins to kick the officer while screaming, "Take me to jail." Unclear if the woman was charged with a crime, but investigators say she may have been suffering from a mental breakdown. You think?
And cops, there's no such thing, and you'll hear this about police, as a typical police stop or whatever, because nothing's typical about it. He probably went to Walmart and was like, oh, it's probably somebody yelling, and then has to deal with that. And, I think these are the things that we catch on camera, but you don't also see the times where they're actually helping out the community as much, because they know that that's part of their job as well.
Have you ever seen that show On Patrol Live?
Yes.
I'm addicted to that show. But it is amazing when you watch the patience that so many of these officers have. They have to just take, they just take so much crap from people, and yet they try and remain calm through the whole thing.
I mean, imagine you go into a place where
people hate you.
They hate you, and you're the one that has to, lay down the law and the order altogether. So it's, speaking of that, it's kind of like they have to be a mom, right? Well, a mom of 4 says her house, of course, it's nothing short of chaos. I've had 4 kids. I know what she's talking about. Imagine having triplets. She devised a plan to stop 3 of her boys from trying to pull each other's hair. She posted the clip onto Instagram, showing that the trio seated in a wagon, all wearing blue matching outfits. First glance, everything looks normal, but as you look a little bit closer, you notice that 2 of the babies had their sleeves tied together. Mom says it was a last resort. It had to be done. Boys appear to be unfazed in the video as their sleeves remain tied together. Of course, she got grief on this, saying, "How dare you be able to do this to your kid?" But the kids are not freaking out.
Fine.
You got to do stuff like that.
Fine.
I would say, hey, this is your thing. This is what you do. So.
Zip ties or handcuffs or something,
Exactly.
It's cute, whatever.
And she took 4 kids, I would imagine, out for a nice walk. And if they're pulling hair,
what else are you going to do?
What else are you going to do?
I think that's probably the most mild thing she could have done, is tying their sleeves together.
They should actually come with, when you have triplets, where you buy 3 where you could just maybe button them together.
Yeah.
As a dip.
Exactly.
Just for future use.
Velcro zip up.
That's what you need your manual for.
There you go.